So, what are you doing your science project on, Janice?
Snakes.
I love it, Janice. I tell you, the classics are always the best.
Dennis, you made me tear my blouse on the locker door. It's ruined. You think that's funny?
Well, yeah, come on, Janice. It's kind of funny.
You owe me $180.
Now, Janice, that's not funny.
Dennis, my parents bought me this blouse in Japan. It is pure silk. I want my money.
Get out of here.
This isn't over, Dennis. I'm not some wimpy marshmallow you can just push around.
Yeah.
Like Arvid.
And furthermore, you may be the principal of this high school, but you can't tell me what to do on my free time. My life is my own. Pompous tub of guts. Is he like that all day long?
Well,
I heard that, Miss Merritt. Get in here. I want you to explain these requisition forms to this new art teacher.
Excuse me. Couldn't help but overhear you yelling at Dr. Samuels. I was very impressed.
Thank you. I don't know how you work with that guy.
Well, you don't work with him, you work around him.
It's a long way around.
Charlie Moore.
Gilda Minetti.
Haven't seen you before. You're new here?
Yes, matter of fact, I am. I just moved here from D.C.
Oh, Washington. Quite a town.
Yes, it's a fascinating place. But there's too much immorality and deceit there for me.
Yeah. Politicians.
Ex-husband.
Gotta get going.
Me too.
Look, how'd you like to have lunch today?
I'm sorry, I can't.
Well, okay, dinner tonight. I know this great little Greek joint just opened. Good food, music, dancing.
I'm really not dating right now.
I'm sorry. If you're seeing someone,
No, it's just... Well, why not?
Okay.
Sure.
Good.
I'm staying with relatives until I can find a place of my own.
I'll pick you up about 8.
Fine.
See you then.
Why are you still here?
Tell you the truth, Harold, I'm trolling for guys.
You better be joking. Anybody here hits on my sister, he's dead meat.
Actually, the jury system can be traced back to the 11th century. Now, before that, people were literally tried by torture. If you survived the rack, you were innocent and tall. Okay, see you tomorrow.
Thanks.
Listen, you girls, you both have an art class, right?
yeah?
I was wondering if you could tell me anything about the new art teacher. You know, hobbies, special interests, favorite flower.
Well, why would you want to know that, Mr. Moore?
To tell the truth, we have a date tonight.
Well, gee, I wouldn't have thought Mr. Feeney was your type.
Who's Mr. Feeney?
The new art teacher.
And who is Gilda Minetti?
I don't know.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, if it's any help, Mr. Feeney did mention he likes to hunt.
He's late. If he thinks I'm just gonna stand around looking like... How do I look? Never mind. Be nice.
I'm always nice. Besides, how bad of a guy can this be?
Please tell me you have a twin brother who's the principal of a high school.
Charlie, well, you obviously know my brother. Oh. I'm sorry. I should have realized this might be awkward for you.
I'm not sure awkward is quite the right word.
They're beautiful. Harold, water.
same way on dates, you know. You tell yourself, relax, just be yourself. And then I sound to myself like I'm on National Public Radio.
I know what you mean. Sit. I'm much more relaxed talking to 12 men in a jury box than I am to one man in the back of a cab.
I'll say this, you really make criminal law sound fascinating. I wish that you could talk to my first period history class.
Sure. What are they charged with?
They're honor students, and we're studying the American legal system, and you'd make a great guest lecturer.
Okay.
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
I'll walk you to school. I'll even carry your books.
Gee, you must really like me.
Can't you tell?
Oh, hello. I didn't expect to see you two here at 1:30 in the morning on a school night.
But how can you represent someone that you know is guilty?
Ah, I don't know. As a defense counsel, I am ethically obligated to defend my client and provide him with the best possible defense, no matter what I think about his innocence or guilt. That's for the court to decide. After all, I could be wrong.
Well, what if you were defending Al Capone or Charles Manson or,
Lizzie Borden?
Right. I mean, how could you defend murderers like them, people who are definitely guilty?
Well, for one thing, Lizzie Borden was innocent.
She was?
She was tried and acquitted in a court of law.
What about that poem? Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks.
If she were alive today, she could file a $20 million libel suit. You see how easy it is to assume something without proof? That's why we don't try people by opinion. We try them by the facts, by the law.
Well, why don't we thank Ms. Minetti for an enlightening discussion?
Thank you, Charlie. I enjoyed it.
I always thought that the law would be boring, but not the way you talk about it. Are you working on anything interesting now?
I have a murder case pending.
It can wait. I want you to sue that creep over there. He wrecked my blouse.
He wrecked my blouse.
You could take him to small claims court.
Great. Make a run for the border, Blunden.
Oh, I'm shaking, I'm shaking.
I have a question for Miss Minetti. You guys dating or what?
Dating? Yes, I guess we are.
Way to go, Mr. Moore. She sure is a lot cuter than Mr. Feeney, huh?
You okay?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
I don't know. You've just been very quiet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've just been thinking about something. I've been thinking about us, actually. I really like you, Charlie.
I feel the same way. I mean, I really like you. I like you more than any woman I've met in a long time.
You're terrific. You've got this great sense of humor, and you're intelligent and kind and generous. You're a wonderful guy.
Thanks.
I don't think we should see each other anymore.
What?
I don't think we should see each other anymore.
I got that part. Why?
Because I like you.
So?
Well, every time I start liking somebody, I wind up getting hurt.
Oh, you're the one that gets hurt.
Yeah. And it's already started. You were late, Charlie. 22 minutes. You were late yesterday, too. And this morning when you came to pick me up for school. I know the signals. Next thing you know, you'll stand me up. And then you'll be working late at the office. And then, Then, well, I'll find you in a motel room with an aerobics instructor named Tina.
Are you listening to yourself? I mean, you're totally irrational.
I am not irrational. I am a defense attorney. I think I know the difference between an intelligent discussion and an emotional outburst. You, get back in there.
You want irrational? Huh? You are going to throw away a potentially wonderful relationship because you have hang-ups about your ex-husband and some aerobics instructor.
Well, what about your refusal to take responsibility for your actions?
I know I'm sending mixed messages. You're doing the same thing. Admit it.
Fine. You want a message that is not mixed? Let's just back off for a while.
A while is mixed.
Okay, let's just back off.
Fine, I'll leave.
Great.
Well, great. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, Dennis! See, now you're gonna push Janice too far. You can't hang her Captain Fuzzy Blue. This is her favorite.
Hey, Arvid, this is just a subtle way of getting her to back off.
Don't do it, Dennis.
Mr. Moore, all I'm trying to do is... How do you like that? He didn't stop, he didn't take me aside, no heart-to-heart talk, no nothing. What kind of attitude is that for a teacher?
Excuse me. Is one of you Dennis Blunden?
Him. Dennis! What is it?
A summons. You gotta go to small claims court, kid.
What for?
I don't know. Guess you stiffed somebody.
Hey, I didn't do anything!
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Where did we leave off yesterday?
Oh, we were going to discuss some of the issues that Ms. Minetti brought up.
Well, that was yesterday. Let's discuss something else today, okay? How about the Supreme Court?
You know, what's interesting to me is how justices often abandon their allegiance to the presidents who appointed them.
It's a good point.
Well, according to Ms. Minetti, sometimes...
Well, now, Ms. Minetti was very interesting, but if you want a stable, reliable opinion from somebody without, you know, emotional problems, I'd suggest going to Oliver Wendell Holmes.
She dumped him.
Look, you don't have the facts, and it's none of your business. And you're right, but it has no bearing on this history class.
Don't worry, Mr. Moore. There's plenty of other fish in the sea.
Yeah, that's right. The important thing is to get out of the house and be with people.
Thank you. I really don't want to discuss it, okay?
Oh, come on, Mr. Moore. You're always making us talk about our stuff. You want to go out in the hall?
Okay, if you really must know, I was uncomfortable dating Dr. Samuel's sister.
Oh, that's no reason to stop dating her, Mr. Moore. You remember what you told me when I said I didn't like Simone's parents?
What's wrong with my parents?
We'll talk about that later, Simone. Mr. Moore is having some emotional problems.
No, I'm not. I'm not. Ms. Minetti has problems. All right, so I was late picking her up a couple of times. My lock stuck.
Now, that's been sticking for a while, hasn't it?
Yes?
Well, why don't you get it fixed?
Mr. Moore, you're repressing. You know, my therapist would say that being late is merely a subconscious expression of your reluctance to make a commitment.
On the other hand, he could just have a cheap lock. You've seen where he lives.
Thanks. That's enough. I'll be fine.
Of course you will, Mr. Moore. And look on the bright side. It's a lot easier to get into a movie theater on a Saturday night when all you need is one seat.
Take it from him.
Thank you both. Thank you all.
Arvid, my court case against Janice is today. I need your help, buddy.
Hey, Dennis, whatever you want. We're best friends.
Listen, I want you to be my main character witness. Now, all you gotta do is tell the judge that you know that I would never do anything to intentionally harm or embarrass another human being. Hey, Giorgio, wanna be my friend?
No. But thanks.
Nettie, guess what? I've got my court date. Courtroom 12C, Judge Ronald P. Osgood, 4 o'clock today.
Oh, good for you.
I have my material evidence, several briefs establishing precedent, and I watched L.A. Law last night. All I need now is for you to act as my guardian ad litem.
Oh, why don't you ask Mr. Moore?
I can't. I've got him under subpoena. Will you do it?
4 o'clock today? I've got an arraignment after lunch. Sure.
Hot biscuits. Well, see you in court, counselor.
Hi. I'm just here because Harold got some of his paperwork mixed up with mine last night. Be pretty hard to defend a man on armed robbery charges with Larry Finbart's report card. What about you?
I work here.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
If it please the court, may I enter as Exhibit N the receipt of the aforementioned blouse? As you can see, the purchase price was 23,940 yen. How, you may well ask, could a simple lapidor become a lethal weapon?
So far, Janice has placed
Exhibit P will
14 pieces of evidence before the judge. And Dennis has been rereading his index card a lot.
Mr. Moore! Oh, sorry.
Exhibit O, the official exchange rate of the yen on the date of purchase, $180.
I object!
Sorry, Aaron.
You can't object. This is small claims court. The only person who can object here is me. And as for you, young lady, I object to the fact that you're taking up so much of the court's time.
Hi.
Very well, Your Honor. If I could beg the court's indulgence for a moment, I will establish prima facie evidence of the defendant's liability.
And stop using Latin.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Charlie, I want to apologize for the way I acted the other night.
It's okay, Gilda. I understand.
You do?
Actually, no. Why the hell did you act like that?
I've been burned before.
Well, you're not the only one who's been burned, you know?
I know, but when you showed up late, it brought back bad memories.
You will find all the evidence you'll need in here, Your Honor. See how scary that is, sir?
You do that again and I'll teach you some Latin. Is that it? Are you finished?
Well, I do have an eyewitness.
Couldn't have called him sooner?
Charlie, from our very first date, I felt like
Plaintiff
we were
calls
getting-
Charles Moore to the stand.
Do that. I do that. And there is no stand.
Are you listening?
Yes, I'm listening. From our first date. I'll tell you, from the moment we met, I thought to myself, look, I can't tell you what I thought to myself.
Mr. Moore.
Yes, but I knew even then that I was going to push things into the future.
Mr. Charles Moore.
What do you want?
What do I want? Get up here.
Do you swear to tell the truth?
Don't
the whole
do that. I do that too. Mr. Moore, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now you go.
Mr. Moore, would you please describe to the court where you were on the morning of the 14th at approximately 8:44?
I was entering Fillmore High School.
The witness entered said building here while the alleged perpetrator was lurking by my locker here.
So what are you saying? You want to call it quits?
No, I never said that. I would like to make it work.
That's what my ex-husband said.
Well, your ex-husband was a liar. I am telling the truth.
I ask the questions first, then you tell the truth.
Very well.
Now then, did you see the defendant as you entered the building?
Yes, I did.
I told you what he did.
Yes, with the aerobics instructor.
Excuse me, you saw the defendant with an aerobics instructor?
No, Your Honor, with my ex-husband.
Her ex-husband.
Continue.
Well, does that mean you're never going to trust anybody again?
Not unless they're under oath.
That's it. What the hell is going on here?
Your Honor, I move for a mistrial on the grounds that this witness is incapable of giving coherent testimony.
You want to move something? Move your keister up here. Get up here. Did you put rubber snakes in her locker?
Your Honor, I'll always...
Answer the question under oath or under penalty of perjury.
Uh-huh.
Good. You pay her $180.
100!
And you're going to make a good lawyer, but you're not a good lawyer yet. So you go to law school. And you two, you sit there, you try and work things out. Me, I'm going to take a coffee break. Court is in recess.
Congratulations, Janice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great. Well, why don't you tell me what you want?
I don't know. I just know I'm scared.
I'm scared, too. But I'm not going to let that come between us, whatever our relationship turns out to be. So, I don't know what else I can say. Sooner or later, it comes down to having a little faith.
You still under oath?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's as good as it gets.
Want to have some dinner?
Yeah.
Okay. This guy's one of the biggest slumlords of the city. I mean, you have no idea the conditions under which his tenants live.
Well, they're not my clients, Charlie. He is.
But I don't know why you take this case. I mean, I just don't understand you.
I knew that'd never last. I just knew it.
How dare you presume that my client is guilty? Where do you want to eat tonight?
Luigi's?
Ooh. How dare you presume he's guilty?
Counsel's copping out. Counsel's copping out.
I think they're lasting. Charlie, how many college recruiters did you invite?
53.
Yeah.
And here are the faculty assignments.
Great.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. You have to explain some of these recruiters you've invited.
Such as?
Greenpeace. Greenpeace, that's not a college. Bowling Green's a college. Greenpeace is a whale watching or something.
It's an organization dedicated to saving the planet. I just thought that some of the students...
I'm trying to send kids to college, not out looking for Moby Dick. And look at this. Why, you've invited the armed forces.
Okay, Dr. Samuels, I'm not going to be able to get this done unless you stop interrupting.
Okay, I'm a reasonable man. I'll drop by during your first period and we'll discuss it.
That's another thing, sir. Okay, how can I say this nicely? I would appreciate it if you would not come into my classroom unannounced anymore.
What do you mean?
Well, you just walk in anytime you feel like it, and it's an interruption.
You don't want me in the classroom?
No, it's not that. It's just that...
My kids. You don't want me to see my kids.
It's not a custody battle, Dr. Samuels. I just don't want you to interrupt my teaching the lessons to my students.
Of course, I understand. Don't worry about me, Mr. Moore. Miss Mira, I'll be in my office. And I don't want to be interrupted.
Good morning, everyone.
What's so good about it? My father wants me to go to Columbia, where he went. My mother wants me to go to Caltech, where she went. My Aunt Lurleen wants me to go to cosmetology school. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Beauticians make a nice living. What am I talking about, Mr. Moore? I just can't make a decision.
Well, you just decided not to become a beautician. That's a start. Well, it's college recruiting day. Bunch of people come by, they tell you why they think you'd want to go to their school. I mean, it's nothing to get worked up about.
Oh, don't be naive, Mr. Moore. I mean, we all have good grades, but good grades aren't enough. If you make a good impression, they hear about it. If you don't, You're on your way to motel management. This is our futures we're talking about here.
Well, I think college is a long way off.
Mr. Moore, on Friday, we have to be poised, confident, articulate, well-groomed.
What are you looking at? Okay, so I'm not Ralph Lauren.
I'm not even Ralph Cramden.
What you're all feeling is normal. Interviews make us all nervous.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I'm not.
Okay, so they make some of us nervous. Alan, what gives you the nerves of steel? You've already chosen your college?
You don't choose Harvard. Harvard chooses you.
And Alan Pinkard is one of the chosen people?
It's a mere formality. I've already selected my major and bought my books. I've also picked out my dorm room. Southeast corner of the quad, 3rd floor, overlooking the business school.
They showed me that room. I didn't like it.
You're going to Harvard, too?
Colleges have been calling me for years.
She's holding out for a sorority house with monkey bars.
Darlene?
Well, the Bryn Mawr recruiter is a business associate of my father's. I'm taking her to lunch at the Four Seasons.
Oh, Darlene, that is the worst.
Not since Andre took over the kitchen.
Why is everybody making such a big deal about this?
Maria, you're not nervous?
Look, you go to some college, you get out. You go to some grad school, you get out. You become a psychologist, you have kids, they hate you, you retire, and you die.
Why is your life flashing before my eyes? I think you're all going to be okay.
I feel faint.
Except Arvin. Eric?
Oh, we're going to Sarah Lawrence.
Simone, I said I would consider going there, that's all.
What are you trying to tell me, Eric?
That I would consider it, okay?
I know you. You're backing out.
Backing out? I haven't even backed in.
Look, I'm sorry I brought it up, okay? All right, when Lyndon Johnson assumed the presidency, we had already established a policy of intervention in Vietnam.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. Gang, remember, college recruiting day is Friday, first period.
Yeah, they know that.
Those of you who will be attending will be excused from classes.
They know that.
Just keep in mind that what you say, what you wear, and what decisions you make Friday will follow you to your graves.
Yeah, but, excuse me, may we? Do you remember our chat this morning?
Oh, yes, I do, Mr. Moore. And at first, I was crushed. But I said to myself, I'm the principal. This is my school. These are my kids. So in the future, will you please not interrupt my...
Interruptions?
Precisely. Carry on, team.
Girls, I've made a decision. I am definitely going to Caltech.
Great, Arvin.
Or Princeton. No. I'm definitely Caltech. Or Princeton. I mean, Stanford. No, definitely Columbia.
Arvin, who cares? Guys, listen to this. Students and faculty gather at Dean's residence for conversation and tea. Look at these suits. Who are they kidding? Nobody at MIT dresses like this.
Yeah, just the kids in the brochure, the ones that got accepted.
Come on, Darlene. Okay. Here. Look, there's somebody who dresses just like me.
Read the caption. MIT students in Harvard production of Tobacco Road.
Arvid, you gotta help me dress better. I need help picking out clothes, matching colors, putting together an outfit. Alan, I gotta make a good impression on the MIT recruiter. What do I wear?
How about a car cover with cuffs?
I need advice, not abuse.
I'm sorry. You really want my help?
Yeah, I need... No. What am I gonna be able to do in 4 days anyway?
You? Nothing. But in the hands of Alan Pinkard, Pygmalion Revisited, I accept the challenge.
Yeah?
It'll be like clearing a slum, like turning a garbage fill into a cricket pitch, like.
I just want some help picking out a shirt.
You just don't pick out a shirt. You make a statement. Look, we'll go to my tailor. We'll tell him it's an emergency, and remember, no plaids, no prints, and for the love of God, man, no horizontal stripes. What's that scent you're wearing?
Let's bean dip.
Dennis, we're talking MIT, not Bozo U.
Hey, I'm sorry. It's not that easy being dull. How do you do it?
Oh.
Alan. Sorry, I get it. Oh, come on, please.
Eric, I thought we were, you know, kind of serious about each other.
We are. I'm serious.
Well, then why do you want to get away from me?
Well, help me out here. When did I say that?
Well, you don't want to go to Sarah Lawrence. That's where I'm going to be. Ergo, you don't want to be with me.
Oh, hold the ergo right there. Why do I have to be where you want to be? Why can't you be where I want to be?
Where do you want to be?
I don't know. Ergo, what are we talking about?
Sarah Lawrence. It's so beautiful. Once you see the leaves changing color or walk across the lawn, do you understand? A lawn.
Yes, I understand. A lawn. A wide expanse of grass covering field mice and other rodents.
Eric, think about it. Professors in tweed jackets with pipes, canoeing. It's always been my dream.
Simone, if you want to go canoeing with a bunch of old guys with pipes, be my guest. What does that have to do with me?
You know, it's becoming pretty obvious you just want to get away from me.
Look, you want me to talk to the Sarah Lawrence recruiter? I will talk to him, okay? You happy now? Jeez.
Don't slouch.
Okay, if I could have your attention, please. Pay no attention. I was saying, since recruiting is during first period today, and...
Mr. Moore?
Yeah, I know. Just ignore him. Politely, of course. Anyway, as I was saying, since recruiting is during first period, that didn't happen. Obviously, there'll be no history class. So those of you who are not going, it's a free period. And if you are going, once you've finished your interviews, please return here. Then you can use the time as you see fit, okay?
Mr. Moore, Ms. Mira.
I suppose we can let her in.
I'm glad you noticed us. Your doors were jammed.
No, actually, they were both locked.
Locked?
Listen, Charlie, the recruiters are ready for you all now?
That's what I was trying to tell you.
Good news. Let's go, gang.
Wait a minute. Where's Dennis Blunden? If he's out filling up those water balloons, so help me out.
Oh, my goodness.
It took me 4 straight days, but I turned him into a yuppie. Another day and I'd have had him voting Republican.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, you care to join us in the gym?
Bye, goodbye.
Come on, Janice. I think the adults would like to talk.
I am just as adult and mature as anyone else.
I'll play jacks with you.
Okay.
I changed my mind. I don't want to talk to this recruiter.
You said you'd keep an open mind about it.
What's the point? I'm not going to go, ergo, why talk?
Everything you say puts more and more distance between us.
What's going on here? I mean, you keep trying to tell me what to do, and we're not even married yet. Not that I meant that as a proposal or anything.
Well, just what do you mean?
Look, if you want to wear tweed and smoke a pipe at Sarah Lawrence, fine. And if I want to stay a non-smoker and wear black leather, that's what I'm going to do. And if that means to you that I don't want to be with you, then okay, you win.
Okay. Fine. Have a nice life.
Okay. It's not a deli, you know. You don't have to take a number.
I feel it, Mr. Moore. I'm on the verge of a decision.
Look,
I'm almost on the verge of a decision. I'm on the verge of being on the verge of... Okay.
What's wrong?
I don't know, Mr. Moore. I've completely lost my self-confidence, and I just don't feel... I don't feel like me.
Well, you certainly look presentable.
Yeah, That's it. If there's one thing Dennis Blunden is not, and never will be, it's presentable. Thanks a lot, Mr. Moore.
Incidentally, your tie is on straight.
Oh, thanks.
Excuse me. I'm looking for the Harvard recruiter.
Oh, yes.
Is he here? Maybe I'm early. That's not good, is it?
You're right on time.
Oh, good, because I want to make a good impression on him. You work with him. What's he like?
Actually, I don't work with him.
Oh, I understand. I should have known that a classy gal like you would be dating a Harvard man.
Absolutely. Unless, of course, that Harvard man happens to be a classy gal. Have a seat, Mr. Pinkard.
A Pinkard? No, my name is Blunden, Dennis Blunden.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
How'd it go at Sarah Lawrence?
Great. They love me.
You don't seem too thrilled.
Well, now that I know that Eric just wants me to go away to college, how would you feel?
Well, how do you know that that's what he really wants?
Well, I don't. He's not talking. Maybe you could...
Let's say that you and Eric do stay together and you get married and you have kids and you have these little problems. How are you going to solve these problems when I'm not around?
You're right. I guess I should just forget about him.
She says lotion. Lotion.
Isn't that a beautiful buzzer?
Oh, you like the buzzer? You gotta see what I got in my locker. It's this plastic vomit. It's great.
Where do you see what I'm working on? I'm testing the effects of zero gravity on whoopee cushions.
Mr. Moore, you got a minute?
Actually, I don't, Eric.
Okay, give me a half a minute. I just need your advice on something.
Well, I'll tell you the answer to all your problems. Talk to her.
I gotta hand it to you, Mr. Moore. At first, I hated your idea of inviting the armed services to this thing, but the kids like it a lot.
I've made a decision.
Great. Congratulations.
I think I just joined the Marines.
You what, Arvid?
No, the Marines have a very fine program. I'll get a good education in field artillery maintenance. I'll get to see the world, and I'm gonna get something I've always dreamed of. Biceps.
Go ahead, Mr. Moore.
Go ahead and what?
Well, you are going to talk him out of it, aren't you?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No. I've never been against people doing things for their country. Besides, I admire anybody who wants to hike 20 miles with a fully loaded backpack, sleep in mosquito-infested swamps, eat year-old meat out of a can. You have a lot to look forward to.
Year-old meat?
What a disaster. I completely made a fool out of myself. I totally blew it.
No, you didn't. He loved you. He said you'll make a great doctor and you got him to stop smoking.
Really? Great. How'd you do?
Awful. You ever try to talk to someone who just quit smoking?
What happened?
Well, it looks like I can kiss Harvard goodbye. The Harvard man, a woman. I mean, I thought he would be... Was she... Well, this is as articulate as I got.
Well, looks like the Cold War is back on.
War! War! No, I don't want to go!
It's okay. I did talk to that recruiting officer from the Marines, and he said that all you agreed to was possibly a second meeting, so you can change your mind.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Moore.
Alan, let's say that you did blow it with Harvard, okay? Is your life over?
Actually not. Thinking about blowing it is a lot worse than actually doing it. Well, anyway, I think Princeton has a better wine cellar.
Well, you did learn something today.
I learned something today. If you're not going to be yourself, at least make sure that you're not Alan.
Okay, well, Eric, Simone, did you two get anything out of this?
No.
Not really. Except for I'm never talking to him again.
You're never talking to him again? Again?
Simone, Eric, outside.
Again?
Again. Now, where were we?
I guess he wants us to settle this ourselves, huh?
So?
So? Listen, Simone, I never said that I want to get away from you. I just think that this is a decision that I gotta make with a clear head. And I can't do what's wrong for me just to make things nice for you. No matter how much I like you.
No, Eric, it's my fault. I should apologize. I realize I've been pushing you to enroll in the same school as I do, and that's selfish. I just can't imagine not seeing you every day.
Listen, Simone, if I'm gonna be a writer, a real New York writer, then I gotta have the streets, you know? I gotta have the energy of the city. I want to go to a college that anybody can afford, where there's all types of people, and you can be a part of what's happening. I want to go to City College. I mean, if it was good enough for Patty Chayefsky and Bernard Malamud and Upton Sinclair, I'm sure it's okay for a jerk like me, even though it may not have canoeing. On the other hand, if you keep looking at me like that, I'm just gonna say to hell with it and go to Sarah Lawrence.
No, you'd hate it. You need the inspiration of a greasy, noisy city, don't you?
Yeah. And you need to be around old paneling and old, musty, out-of-print books. I mean, that's your dream. So go for it.
So what about us?
Simone, college is a long, long way off. You really think we ought to start worrying about that now?
Well, yeah.
Look, I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, Sarah Lawrence is only 38 minutes from here by train.
How do you know that?
I timed it.
You did?
Yeah. Come on. You think I'm gonna let you go away someplace where I can't see you anytime I want?
Good thinking.
Thank you.
So, I talked to Duke University and UCLA and Stanford, and I think I've made my decision.
Oh, which one did you choose?
None of them. I'm not going to college. My mom is the one who wanted me to be a psychologist. I want to be a singer.
Come on, Maria, do you really think you can make it as a singer?
Well, let's give her a chance. You know, I mean, you try something, maybe it doesn't work out, so then you try something else.
So you mean it doesn't matter what career choice we make?
Well, no, it's important that you make a choice, but it's not irrevocable. You know, look at me. I mean, I came to New York. I started out as an actor, and now I'm a teacher. I mean, who knows? Paul Gauguin started out to be a banker and became one of the world's greatest painters.
On the other hand, Hitler started out to be a painter.
Thank you, Janice. Thank you.
Johnny, give him some air. Will you move back? Give him some room. He doesn't like the feeling of being crowded. He's mildly claustrophobic.
If he's claustrophobic here, he ought to love the space shuttle.
Oh, hey, Babalu will be fine. He won't have you guys around to bug him. All right, Babalu, time to pump some iron. Let's go.
Watch this.
Relax, big boy. That's right. Here's your barbell.
No way.
Oh,
He's really lifting weights.
One more, come on. 1, 2, yeah! There we go.
Okay.
Great, that's great.
Okay, that was very good, Babalu. Yes, it was.
what'd you call him?
Babalu Ferrigno. Oh, isn't that right? You're so cool. Yes, you are.
Arvid, people are watching. All right, everybody, show's over. Arvid, enough kissy face with the frog. We got work to do.
You call this work? This is stupid pet tricks.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, Arvid, this is horrible. All you're doing is abusing a poor, helpless little creature.
Abusing? I personally feed Babalu his flies.
Oh, so now you're abusing flies?
Hey, we are making this frog a star. He'll be getting TV spots, he'll be getting magazine covers, he'll be getting
Death threats from French chefs.
Aren't you guys jumping the gun here? You're only going to be finalists, and that's if NASA chooses your experiment for the space shuttle contest.
If? This is major. We are studying the effects of exercise to counter the atrophy of long-term weightlessness by using Amphibia annua rana catspiana.
Oh, what?
a bullfrog to you.
How'd you guys come up with this idea anyway?
Yeah.
Well, I was sick in bed with the mumps, and I started thinking, I'm not getting any exercise. And then I started thinking about space, and it just came to me. The math, the concept, the frog, the machines.
So why'd you bring Dennis in on it?
Yeah.
Why? You have to ask why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell them why.
Well, Dennis helped out with all the electrical stuff, and you know I love working with him. We're a team.
That's right.
Well, it's all a joke anyway. I mean, what are the odds of their project being picked to go to Houston?
Yeah.
About the same as me being struck by lightning.
Dennis, Arvid, we just got the word. You made it. You're in the finals.
In honor of Fillmore's astronauts who will be leaving for Houston in a couple of days, today's lesson, with the help of a little modern technology, will concern itself with this book by Colonel Buzz Aldrin, one of the first 2 men on the moon.
Wow. Hey, there he is. July 20th, 1969.
Right. Now, here's a question. Who can name the scientists who were monitoring this mission at 3 in the morning? Mm-hmm. One of the points the book makes. We don't often credit the thousands of scientists and technicians who got the astronauts up there. People who represented for all of us what was once known as the space effort.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore. We have a major problem in our student shuttle involvement program.
What? What's the problem?
Tell me, how do you feel about the boys' project?
I think it's terrific.
Good. Our science teacher, Mr. Kloffner, refuses to fly. He understands the principles of flight, he just doesn't believe it. He won't go to Houston.
Well, a man should take risks in his life. If Buzz Aldrin can walk on the moon, I suppose I can spend a couple of days in Houston with these 2. I'll do it.
Oh, great.
Thanks, Mr. Moore.
Thank you.
Hello, Houston!
You okay, Arvid? Your face is about the same color as your frog.
Yeah, I should have eaten the chicken Vesuvius. I think it's about to erupt.
Here we are!
Gosh, Mr. Moore, the first stop on the way to the moon, the planets and beyond. Do you feel something?
It's starting to get to me. This is pretty exciting.
Huh, it fell over. I'll probably get blamed for that.
That's the Saturn V rocket, the biggest one ever built. They would have used it for Apollo 18 if there'd been another mission.
Very impressive, Arvid.
I knew that.
Yeah, I know you did, but I knew it first.
Wow! Wow! Arvid, not yet. These are just buildings.
Okay, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. You wait here, thanks. Okay, guys, let's go.
This is it, Arv. The very center of the Space Center. Now,
Wow!
Hi. I'll bet y'all here for the Student Shuttle Program.
Well, didn't pass for astronauts.
I'm Nancy Cole, your NASA representative.
I'm Charlie Moore. These are my students, Arvid Ingen, Dennis Blunden.
Hi.
This must be the lunar module, huh?
Looks just like a big old spider, doesn't it? Oh, I got everything you need right here. Your orientation package, your hotel vouchers, and your NASA badges.
Wow. Mr. Moore, could you handle that stuff, please? Arvid, let's go.
It's a NASA badge. I'm gonna wear this right next to my junior flight attendant wing.
Very nice.
They have a lot of nervous energy, don't they?
Yeah, well, they're New Yorkers.
See, Babalu? A module just like this was on the moon. Yes, it was. You know the moon, don't you? That big lily pad in the sky. Yes.
All right, all right. Hey, isn't that an Apollo command module?
Apollo 17, 1972. Last manned voyage to the moon. Gene Cernan, commander.
Wait a minute. You can tell these things apart just by looking at them?
Sure, can't you?
Sure. Arvid, look.
What?
Do you know who that is? That's Dr. George Milner.
The George Milner?
You know who George Milner is?
Of course I do. He's one of the top space physicists in the country. He's here consulting on the Hubble Space Telescope that'll let us see to the edge of the universe.
Oh, who cares? He is one of the top guys at MIT. I bet he's one of the judges. This is great. If he likes my project, I am a shoo-in to get an MIT.
If he likes my project?
Here, get a shot of me with Dr. Milner in the background.
Excuse me, if he likes my project?
I didn't say that.
Actually, I think that's what I heard.
Well, it's probably the acoustics in here. I said our and you heard mine.
You said it.
I did not.
You did.
Did not.
You did.
Not.
You did.
Not.
You said it. Now listen.
5 minutes. We haven't been in the Space Center 5 minutes, and you guys are already doing Moe and Curly.
Excuse me, Mr. Moore, I just have to say...
Excuse me, Arvid. I'm just suggesting that you focus your energy on your project. After all, you're due to present it first thing in the morning.
Right, but... Right.
Did not. Did not. Did. Arvid, come on, get him ready. What's taking so long?
Babalu knows today's the big day. Look how nervous he is.
Arvid, he's a frog. How can you tell he's nervous?
Just look at the expression on his face.
Boys, excuse me for a minute. I feel a need to talk to an adult.
Well, Babalu's an adult. Aren't you? Yes, you are. Take a deep breath. Now exhale slowly and count to 10. That's how to relax, green guy. Oh, why can't I do that?
Arvid, just relax. Nobody can beat Blunden and Engen.
Engen and Blunden.
I'm going alphabetically.
I made up the experiment.
You are so petty.
Oh, Charlie, you mentioned yesterday that you'd like to meet an astronaut. Well, there's Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz?
Oh, you know him?
No. Yeah, I would like to meet him.
Oh, okay. Come here. Excuse me. Buzz?
Yes, Nancy.
Hi. I would very much like for you to meet Mr. Charlie Moore. He's a teacher here with the science competition.
It's a great pleasure to meet you, Colonel. A pleasure indeed. Pleasure, real pleasure.
It's nice to meet you too, Charlie.
Forgive me. I'm probably talking as though you're carved on the side of Mount Rushmore. It's just because you were once on the moon.
I know. I remember.
Good. Well, I mean, I do too. Summer of 1969, really only two things happened. I have never forgotten the sight of you and Neil Armstrong walking across the surface of the moon.
And what was the other thing?
Woodstock. You know, reading your book, though, I was struck by your admission of fear when you were planting the flag.
Yes. Well, we were hoping that it wouldn't fall over. We could only get the flagpole in a couple of inches. But it stood up, and I saluted it.
Look who's with Mr. Moore. Buzz Aldrin.
Hey. Look who's behind Buzz Aldrin. George Milner.
Dennis, I'm warning you.
Arvid, you got nothing to worry about.
Okay. They're looking this way. Just be cool.
Right.
Fellas, I think we've got a real treat for you here. Astronaut Buzz Aldrin. Colonel Aldrin, these are my students, Arvid Ingen and Dennis Blunden.
You walked on the moon. I might be standing with someone with footprints in the moon dust. You walked on the moon.
Colonel Aldrin, I'll never forget the feeling of exhilaration, the pride, the lump in my throat that I felt when I first saw you set foot on the moon.
But that was 1969. You weren't born yet.
Well, it was a rerun, but I still went lumpy.
Boys, this is Dr. George Milner from MIT.
MIT? No kidding? What a surprise! Dr. Milner, it's an honor to meet you. My name is Dennis Blunden, and your work with the Hubble telescope is, what can I say, sir? It's inspiring.
Oh, you know about the Hubble?
Know about it? I love the Hubble. In fact, you want a coincidence? Hubble is my middle name.
I thought it was Clarence.
Why don't we start the presentation?
I thought we began.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present Babalu Ferrigno, our amphibia Onurarina Katspiana, better known as a bullfrog who can actually bench press his own body weight. The way I see it, sir, the elasticity of a muscle fiber can be compared much to that of a rubber band. At zero gravity, I feel that muscle fibers might... And so, I give you Frog in Space, a clinical evaluation of regulated muscular activity by amphibia Onurarina Katspiana in a weightless environment and its implication for the future of Homo sapiens.
Mathematics here is quite sophisticated.
Yes. Thank you, sir. We're especially proud of that.
Well, good luck. We need more young scientists like you in the program.
Thank you, Colonel Aldrin. Blunden. Dennis Blunden.
And Ingen. Arvid Ingen.
Well, why don't we move on to the next experiment?
Oh, yeah, you should. It's a cute one. MIT. It's a great school. God, I was nervous. That went great, huh?
Aren't you going to say something?
Dennis, I hate you.
What are you talking about? I gave a killer presentation.
You pushed me aside. You don't even understand the math I did.
You did it again, Dennis. You took credit for everything.
Okay. I realize I did talk a little more than...
A little more?
I'll straighten this out, okay? I promise.
You promise.
You know, Dennis, your promises have a tendency to be broken before you make them.
Not this time. I swear.
Okay. I'll give it another try. Not for me, but for Babalu. I don't want him to come from a broken home.
Tell you what, guys, instead of just hanging out waiting for the judges to make their decision, we could join Ms. Cole. She's giving a tour of the space station mock-up. You want to do that?
Sure.
Here it is. Space Station Freedom. A permanent space research laboratory with modules provided by Japan, Europe, Canada, and the USA.
It'll take up to 20 shuttle trips to complete it, starting in 1995.
Arvid, you know quite a bit about this, don't you?
More than some people are willing to admit.
Ready to go in? Arvid?
Yes, yes.
Watch your heads. Okay, everybody, excuse me. Everybody, let's gather around here. These are the living quarters known as the HM.
The habitation module.
Yes, thank you, Arvid. As you can see, each crew compartment is only about the size of a telephone booth. Here we have the telephone, the personal stereo with the radio and a VCR, and the intercom system within the laboratory.
And of course, in space, there's no up or down, so they sleep on the floors, the walls, and the ceiling.
So can flies, Arvid.
Bet y'all can guess what this one is.
That's the PHF with WMS.
Everybody, this is the PHF with WMS.
Oh, really, Dennis? What does that mean? I say, what does that stand for?
What are you trying to do, show me up?
Me? No. But you may be interested to know that that stands for Personal Hygiene Facility with Waste Management System.
better known as P-O-T-T-Y.
Dennis, you're an infant. I remember where you were. Come on.
Oh, why don't you come on?
Hey, boys.
Thank you.
So what's the NASA designation for this area?
The galley.
The galley? What is this, a submarine? Come on, Mr. NASA, speak. What are the fancy initials for this?
This is the galley. You'll notice there are no chairs. You have to hook your feet under those little loops under the table in order to stay in place.
So in the dining room, I guess you'd hook your feet to the chandelier.
Now this is the lookout cupola. You'll see on the model how it fits atop the Freedom. You float up to the top of the cupola and you have a 360-degree view. It'll be used every day for many different purposes, such as controlling traffic on a day when a shuttle arrives and you have EVAs going on.
And you get to see the sun rise and set every 45 minutes.
Right. Well, the judges must have made their decision by now. Let's get back to the PC Mipser. Arvid.
The press conference multi-purpose support room. This is it, Babalu. Cross your little web fingers.
And now, to announce the winner of our Student Shuttle Involvement Program, it is my honor to introduce to you astronaut Buzz Aldrin.
Thank you, Nancy. Congratulations to all our young scientists. Unfortunately, there's only room for one experiment on the space shuttle. And that one will be Frog in Space, Dennis Blunden and Arvid Engen.
Whoa. What can I say? What an honor. I am speechless. I'd like to thank NASA for selecting me and my frog as finalists. I would, of course, like to thank Colonel Aldrin. Thank you. A very, very special thanks to my personal scientific hero, Dr. George Milner. How about a big hand for Dr. Milner, huh? George Milner. Okay. Oh, of course, I have to thank someone without whom there would have been no experiment at all. My frog, Babalu Ferrigno. And, oh, Arvid, come on up here, Art.
You bet I'll come up there. Now, just a minute. Whoa! Oh.
Remain calm! You're in no personal danger! Return to your seats! Remain calm! Please remain calm! I can't take him anywhere.
Up with the sign. Up, get it up. Come on, Simone, get in the spirit. How often do two of your fellow students get their science project on the shuttle?
I'm thrilled for them, really. I'm just not a hat person.
Hey, I'll wear Dr. Samuels. I think it looks funky fresh.
Funky? I don't like funky. That's not funky.
What about stupid?
The eagle has landed!
Hey, don't you mean the toads have landed?
Everybody take their cue from me!
Must we sing this?
Yes, you do. Up we go into the wild blue Fillmore, flying high into the sky. Boys, I'm proud of you. In a few weeks, you'll return to Houston, where you'll place your experiment aboard the shuttle. Now, what do you say to that?
I say we're not going back to Houston, and there isn't going to be any experiment.
Arvid and Dennis are having a problem.
No problem. Is that understood? You are happy. You are honored. You will both go to Houston together. One small step for mankind, one giant leap for frogs.
We're not going back.
He's kidding. Come on, Arvid, we'll work this out later.
I'm not kidding.
Everybody, this is just a big misunderstanding.
What'd you do, Dennis?
Yeah, what happened? What'd you do?
All right, Blondin, let's hear it.
One of the judges was from MIT, and I gotta go there. So maybe I overemphasized me a little bit, and I sort of forgot.
And all but forgot to mention Arvid.
You guys have to understand. Arvid has his whole life mapped out for him. He's just gonna follow in his father's footsteps to Caltech. MIT is so important to me, and it doesn't mean anything to Arvid.
Is anybody buying this?
No way.
Well, I am sorry. I've said it for the last 24 hours. Arvid, I'll say it again. In front of you, in front of the class, in front of everybody. I am sorry.
No, Dennis. I'm the one who's sorry.
Why?
Because we're not friends anymore.
Arvid, we won! Think about this.
Dennis, it's over. I'm not going back to Houston. I'm taking my frog and I'm going home.
Mr. Moore, I need help.
Well, admitting it is the first step on the road to recovery.
Yeah. Look over there. You know Ron Kunkel?
Of course. If the Knicks can hold out till he graduates from college, they could be great again. Could I punch in now, or am I supposed to pay a toll first?
Yeah, well, there's this one little problem. First, we've got to get Ron into college.
Well, this place has been swarming with recruiters all year. He must have hundreds of offers.
Oh, he does. But colleges have this new rule now for athletes.
Yeah, Proposition 48, you got to get at least 700 on your SATs.
Ron needs help. Now, that's where you and the IHP come in here.
Well, let me guess. You want me to get the IHP kids to help Ron be ready for his SATs.
I know you wouldn't like the idea, but if you're going to be unwilling
It's a great
about
idea.
it, I'm presenting Ron with the Outstanding Student Athlete Award at our next pep rally. Now, can you imagine how embarrassing that'll be if he can't pass his SATs?
I'll do it.
You know, I can order you, I can order them. In fact, I'll tell you what, I want you to consider it an order now.
Dr. Samuels, Charlie said it was a great idea.
He did?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I'll do it.
Well, I still consider it an order. Maybe I ought to rethink this thing.
Wait a minute. You're telling me all he's got to get on his SATs is a combined 700? There's a species of fungus that can get a combined 700.
You should know.
Okay. Are we going to be snobs about this, or are we going to try to help Ron out?
Well, can't we do both?
Forget it, guys. You can lead a jock to data, but you can't make him think.
Hey, wait a minute, Dennis. I know him. He's okay. Look, if I can help him get into college, one day he might give me some free tickets to the games and hook me up with some cheerleaders.
Hey, you know, it always helps a politician have a famous athlete campaign for him, so I'm in. And when he's hot, maybe he'll choose me to shoot his commercials. I like it. I like it.
Hey, Alex. Yo, Ronnie. What's up? Look, Mr. Moore, this is my pal, Ron Kunkel.
Oh, hi. Good to meet you, Mr. Moore.
Good to meet you.
Thanks. I really appreciate what you're doing. I just wish there was some way I could pay you back.
Well, just repeat what you did in last year's finals. You know, when you took that inbound pass from McGregor and, good luck.
So you got a little problem with the SATs, huh?
Well, I'm just looking for a little insurance, you know?
Well, if you can get through this, you're gonna do great on reading comprehension. A Tale of Two Cities. Give it a shot.
Oh, man, great story, great story. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
You know it? I just assumed, man, that you
What,
know...
because I'm a jock, I don't know anything?
No, I mean... Yeah.
It's cool, man. Hey, it was a great movie, too.
Yeah, it was.
Say, you like those old movies?
Yeah.
Well, who's your favorite director?
Hitchcock.
Oh, man, everybody's always talking about Hitchcock. I mean, what's so great about the guy?
Oh, man, he's the master of suspense. Rear Window. Jimmy Stewart stuck in a wheelchair for a whole movie watching a guy cover up a murder. What an idea.
Wow, man, I gotta see that movie.
Hey, you know it's playing down at the Translux Theater tonight.
Well, let's go.
Hey, don't tempt me, man. We gotta get your act together.
Yeah, you're right, you're right. Man, this book will be here tomorrow, you know? Rear Window could be gone.
You spring for popcorn?
Deal.
Okay, the SATs are really big on sentence completion, but it's basically pretty simple. Here, I'll read the sentence, and you choose the appropriate word from the corresponding group, okay?
Okay.
Scientists agree that travel between galaxies is blank.
Dumb.
No, that's not one of your choices, see? Theoretical, probable, or proven.
I still say it's dumb. All that stuff about the ancient astronauts building the pyramids. I mean, why would people who could travel in space teach the Egyptians how to build stuff out of rocks, you know? I mean, why did they show them how to make, I don't know, a car or something?
That's a good point. But what about all those canals on Mars?
See, now you expect me to believe that the Martians built those things?
Good morning, everyone.
Mr. Moore, Ron Kunkel is great. We got into financial planning. I told him about living trusts, pension plans, CDs, TDs.
SATs?
We ran out of time, but we'll get to it tonight.
You know, I didn't get a chance to teach him either. And it's not as if he's dumb. I mean, he's pretty good in geometry. You know, he would have done fine on my sample math test.
Would have?
Well, I was describing the arc of a basketball in mathematical terms, and we got to talking about, you know, hoops. And then these two cheerleaders walked into the library, and, well, the rest is history.
No, you were history.
So you didn't have a chance to get anything done.
You know, I made him vocabulary flashcards. He wouldn't look at them. He said he'd rather look at me.
So nobody had a chance to teach him anything that was applicable to the SATs, huh?
No, not really.
You know, I don't get it. If he wants to play ball in college, all he needs is a 700. Why is he wasting time?
I mean, come on, we're talking about a guy who plans to dribble for a living. Why should he care about school anyway?
Well, Dennis, you know, it may be that Ron is unaccustomed to working very hard for anything, except perfecting his game. But you got to understand, for him, taking this test is like you trying to do a 360 reverse slam dunk.
Which is not a pretty picture.
So try to find a way to help him. Don't give up so easily, because he's going to need help, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what they're after is to see how well you understand the basic principles of geometry. Circumferences, pi, bisecting angles, triangles.
You know what I like about you? You're not just cute, you're smart. I mean, you're really smart, Sarah. But you're also really cute.
Well, thank you, but let's just stick to the geometry. That's not geometry.
Chemistry? I'm sorry. Look, now you're mad at me, aren't you?
Look, Ron, let's just do the problems, okay?
Look, Sarah, I can't do the work if I know you're mad at me.
I don't think you want to do the work at all.
What does that mean?
It means that I understand what the other kids were talking about. You think this is all a big joke. Well, I've got better things to do, Ron. I'll see you later.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Mr. Moore.
Listen, how's it going with Ron?
Mr. Moore, I don't get it. The clock is ticking, his future's at stake, and Ron is just goofing off.
Well, don't be afraid to tell him that.
Mr. Moore, I told him. I don't know. I mean, it's just not sinking in, or maybe Ron is just a jerk.
Sarah. Hi, Mr. Moore.
Hi, Ron. Listen, I know the kids are really pleased to be helping you out.
I know. I've been a bad boy, right? But look, I promise, from now on, really.
Well, good.
What happened? Did you forget? Oh, sorry, Alex. Just couldn't quit till I got this right. Show off. Listen, there's only two teams I want to play for. The Knicks or the Lakers. Los Angeles, man, I mean, it's so fantastic. You know, when I make a basket, I get a smile from Pat Riley and a hug from Jack Nicholson, and they pay me.
Right. Now, just like basketball, you gotta have a game plan for your SATs. You gotta have a strategy. Here, write this down.
Oh, it's okay, man. I'll remember it.
All right. First, you answer all the easy questions because you could waste time on the hard ones and blow the whole thing. But don't rush.
Listen, Alex. I mean, you're a smart guy, right? You could probably pull this off.
Pull what off?
Well, man, I mean, think about it. When Patrick Ewing's waiting for me to dish him the ball, he's not gonna care about how I did in my SATs, right?
Yeah, so?
So what I'm contemplating, is there some way you could go in there and take those tests for me?
You're kidding me, right? Right?
No. I mean it.
You can't ask me to do that. Hey, man, you can pull this off. Look, I scored 1,400 easy. All you gotta get is half that.
So what are you saying, I'm half as smart as you?
No. I'm saying you're a gym rat, I'm a book rat, and I'm just trying to help.
Man, I showed you a way to help. And what do? You tell me I'm dumb. Well, gee, thanks, friend. Look, I'll see you around.
Thanks, friend. You got a lot of nerve. I mean, you're gonna get a free ride to a big-time college. Why? Because you can stuff a ball through a hoop? Well, what about me? I mean, if I'm lucky, I'll get a part scholarship and a job in the college cafeteria. And I gotta hit the books 3 hours a night. I mean, and what do you study? The history of lawn bowling? It's all a big joke to you. And you want me to take your test for you? As a friend?
Look, I'd give anything if I could learn something in college.
Sure, tell me about it.
You think I want to be just another dumb jock?
Well, you're off to a great start.
Man, I can't do it.
Hey, I understand. I mean, you got a choice to make. An education or a couple of million a year. I mean, if I were you, I would do the same thing. But don't ask me to cheat for you.
Listen, Alex, if I take that test, man, I'm history.
Yeah, because you're too lazy to do the work.
I'm not lazy.
All right, then you're too stupid to do it.
Alex, don't you get it? I can't read.
No, just wait a minute. How can anybody in this day and age not know how to read?
Yeah, exactly. Look, he fell behind when he was a kid and he never caught up.
Oh, come on, Alex. Surely someone must have realized it.
Hey, when you're a jock, nobody expects you to be very smart. I mean, it's a great cover.
I don't know.
No, Alex is right. I mean, when you're more on the intellectual side, no one expects you to be any good at sports. That's why, to this day, I can't play baseball.
I still don't buy it. How could he have gotten through 4 years of high school without being able to read?
You want to know how? The answer's right up there on the board.
What, Nixon's visit to China in 1972? What does that have to do with any of this?
See? I just got you to read it for me. And you want to know how he could quote from A Tale of Two Cities and Moby Dick? He didn't read the books, he watched the movies. I mean, that's how he faked his way through all his classes.
What a con man. He distracted me by flirting with me. I was very upset at first.
Ron has got a real problem. Yeah, you guys, TJ is right. I mean, maybe we should tell Mr. Moore. Maybe he can actually help Ron.
If we tell Mr. Moore, he's gonna want us to be honest about this. Next thing you know, he's gonna want us to do the right thing and tell Dr. Samuels, and then it's out of our hands.
Well, hey, wait a minute. Why don't we teach him how to read? That way he'll do the SAT and no one will ever know.
Oh, teach him how to read in time for the SATs? Yeah. No way.
Impossible.
Oh, yeah, come on. Just enough to squeak him through. I mean, he is smart.
That's right, he is smart and we can do this. What do you say?
Little Miss Muffet sat on a...
Tuffet?
Right. Eating her curds and...
Way?
Good. Along came a...
Spider?
Who sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet a...
Lot?
A lot?
Simone, I've known this since I was 2. I'm not a moron. I just can't read. In this box. In this box? Box?
Come on, man, I gave you that much.
This is crazy. I'm never gonna learn to read.
Yeah, with an attitude like that.
Oh, sorry, fellas. I forgot my lesson plan book.
And that's okay, Mr. Moore. We're done here anyway. Later, man.
Dr. Seuss, huh? One of my favorite authors.
Well, you know, the SATs, they cover a wide range of literature. I just want Ron to be ready for anything, you know?
Yeah, you can't be too careful.
Yeah.
Since you do have essays due in 3 weeks on contemporary social problems, I thought today we could discuss one that you might be thinking about: illiteracy. Now, I did some research here. A recent congressional committee estimates that in the United States, there are as many as 23 million people who are functionally illiterate. And what does that mean? It means they can't read street signs, they can't even read medicine labels, they can't fill out a job application. And additionally, there are 35 million more adults who read at a level which is less than they need to compete in society. Which category would you say Ron Kunkel belongs to?
You knew Ron couldn't read?
Yeah. I also know you've been trying to teach him, but it's not going to work.
Oh, come on, Mr. Moore. I mean, we still got a little bit of time left before the SATs.
Yes! And he's pretty good in math. If he just sticks with numbers and symbols, he'll score as high as 450.
Sure, right. And then he only needs 250 on the verbal part.
Yeah. And he gets 200 for just completing the form.
I mean, he can do that, right? Yeah. If we can just get him to read well enough to get the extra 50, 700.
Exactly.
How's he doing? See, I'm not questioning your motives.
Mr. Moore, we gotta do something.
Well, let's start by looking beyond short-term solutions, okay? I mean, Ron has come this far without knowing how to read, but what's going to happen a few years from now when his athletic career is over and he still can't read? Or worse yet, what's going to happen if he has no athletic career at all? Gee, Ron, thought I'd find you here.
But it's been half my life in here.
Listen, I got something that needs your signature here.
Oh, sure. What is it?
Well, it's just a memo so the IHP kids can get credit for tutoring you.
Oh, yeah.
You might want to read it over.
All right. Looks good to me.
Okay.
Here?
Yeah. Thank you, Ron. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much.
No big deal.
No, this is a big deal. This is a very big deal, my friend. You have just given me financial security for the rest of my life, and that is a big deal for a teacher.
Excuse me?
Ron, I'm your new manager. This entitles me to 50% of your earnings for the remainder of your career.
What?
We're not just talking basketball, son. We're talking commercials. We're talking endorsements, the whole schmear. Now, you've been very generous with me, Ron, so I want you to know I'll do my best for you. Trust me on this, okay? You have no idea what I can do with $2 million a year.
Wait, you can't do that.
Ron, I just did it. I own you.
Well, I'll get a lawyer.
Will you do that? And he'll tell you that this is not a contract. This is a letter from my medical health plan. You don't need a lawyer, Ron. You need to learn to read.
Alex told you.
Cat in the Hat was a tip. Look, Ron, I can't imagine what it's like not to read, but you're going to be dealing with some very complex affairs. Business deals, contracts, taxes. And you're going to try to buy a home or even rent an apartment. How are you going to do that if you can't read?
Well, see, I get people I trust to read things to me.
Please.
Oh, well, that's how I've done it so far. Mr. Moore, all I need to do is to be able to play ball.
Well, what happens when you blow a knee out on the court? Or you fall down some stairs, or you're in an auto wreck?
Man, don't talk to me about those kind of things.
What, you don't want to think about them until they actually
Well,
happen?
what am I supposed to do? I'm trapped. People are pressuring me to go to college. I got those damn SATs next week. Okay, so I can't read. Right now, I just want to play, you know, and take care of everything else later.
Okay, so let's look at the options. You try to go pro now, assuming you're good enough. Or you somehow fake your way through the SATs, and then you try to fake your way through 4 years of college.
Or, I got another choice?
Yeah. You take a year off. You get yourself tested. Make sure that you don't have a reading disability, and you learn to read. Ron, your basketball skills aren't going to just evaporate. I mean, you would have control over some area of your life besides this court.
Man, but that means I'd have to admit it.
Yes.
Well, I'm not going to do that, man. Forget it. No way.
Okay. It's your life. Good luck with it.
Mr. Moore! All I've got to make it in this world is my talent. Now, you said yourself, turn pro if I'm good enough. Well, I think I'm good enough.
Well, it looks like we'll find out.
This is embarrassing. We're giving the guy a Scholar Athlete Award and he can't even read. I'd call it off, but I don't want to humiliate him or the school. Or me.
Okay, rush 'em, stomp 'em, just like ants. Beat the pants up, Stuyvesant.
That's the school spirit. Now let's all be there and cheer our guys on to victory tonight. And remember, I don't want a repeat of last year's incident. Chaining the Stuyvesant mascot to my desk was not amusing, neither for me or the guy in the gorilla suit. And now it's time for me to present the award for Fillmore's Outstanding Scholar Athlete. Miss Mira.
Thank you. It's no surprise to find this young man's name on the award. He's the backbone of Team Fillmore, Ron Kunkel.
Thank you.
You know, I'm sure your classmates would like you to read the inscription.
Oh, no, Miss Mira, really, if it says what I think it says, I feel silly.
Oh, well, now read it then. Okay. To Ron Kunkel, Fillmore's outstanding student athlete, dedicated to the spirit of athletic and academic excellence. There you go.
Thank you, Miss Mira. Dr. Samuels. Thank you, everybody. There's a little announcement of my own I'd like to make. It's something I've been thinking about for a while now. I'm not going to college next year. What do you mean? I'm not going anywhere. See, I'm going to be right here, trying to learn something very important. How to read. I've been faking people out since I was a kid, see, like I just did with Miss Mira. And now, only now I'm starting to realize that there's a lot of things in life that I'm missing out on. And I just don't want to go through life being less than what I could be. And I'm not the only kid in this school that can't read. I mean, I know, because I tried to copy off a lot of you guys' papers, and they were blank, too. And I know that you might think that you're getting away with something, but you're not. So if you're smart, you'll do what I'm doing. Only don't wait till the last minute. Here, Dr. Samuels. I don't think I deserve this till I can read it. But maybe next year.
Ron, is this from you?
Just read the note. It's only one word, but I wrote it myself.
Thanks. It's perfect.
Morning, everyone.
Yeah, for you maybe. For us, it's the pits.
Oh, I get it. A little academic Olympic setback, huh?
Setback? Setback? We were routed, Mr. Moore. Destroyed, humiliated, annihilated. A-N-N-I-H-I-L-A-T-E-D. Annihilated.
Now he spells it right.
Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, Ricky, you have nothing nice to say. Don't say anything at all.
What'd I say?
Well, I heard you say good morning. They heard you say nee, 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 nee. Forgive them. They're feeling sorry for themselves.
Class, may I present the winner of the Carl Sagan Trophy, the Oppenheimer Young Mathematicians Award, the Junior Pulitzer, and the Teenage Mensa Medal of Merit. Did I leave anything out?
Just his name.
Right.
Jasper Kwong.
Hi, I'm Mr. Moore. Welcome.
The newest member of the IHP.
Another one!
He just transferred into our district from Great Neck.
Dr. Samuels invited me to watch your match against Riverdale. That was really exciting.
Exciting? We got our butts kicked.
Yeah, that's right. No, you were great. With just a few little mistakes. Like you,
Dennis.
Dennis. It was Kepler, not Copernicus. I could see that you knew it, but it just didn't come out right. It was so funny. That was really something when they said, which president suffered from Marfan syndrome? I was sitting there going, Lincoln, Lincoln, Lincoln. Then you go, Roosevelt. Cracked me up. Hey, if you're so smart, define leptandra. Yeah. The rhizome of Veronica virginica. Wow.
Oh, yeah? 5,560 degrees centigrade.
The boiling point of molybdenum.
Aha!
Hey, all of a sudden, St. Joseph's next week doesn't look so scary.
Welcome to the IHP, Jasper. You better find your seat.
Jasper, as captain of the academic team, I would like to welcome you aboard and announce that tonight is the first practice for the all-new, all-powerful, Jasper-enhanced Fillmore academic team.
I think we should get you fitted into a team blazer.
Yeah. Oh, that won't be necessary.
Of course it's necessary. They all wear blazers.
I won't need one. I'm not going to be on the team.
What?
Why?
For heaven's sake. Why?
I would prefer not to.
talking about? All right. Hey,
Silence! I'm sure there's no problem we can't solve to get a bright lad like you on the team. So what's the problem?
I would prefer not to.
May I say something?
Only if it relates to history.
All right. Near the end of the Reagan administration, I was elected captain of the Fillmore academic team. And as captain, I protest this student's being here. He wants all the privileges of the IHP without any of the responsibilities.
Wait up. Ho. I'm in the IHP, and I'm not on your team because I don't want to be on your team. I got my rights, and so does Jasper here.
Uh-huh. You I don't want on the team. Him I want.
Thank you, Eric.
They don't understand.
No,
these kids.
Dr.
I'm telling you,
Samuels,
I'm
he
telling you,
said
they don't
he would
understand.
prefer not to be on the team. That's the end of the story, okay?
But he don't understand.
Thank you for your understanding, sir.
But I don't
Out the door. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. I'm gonna like it here.
I feel betrayed. That one kid was like a son to me.
Kwong.
Hey! Son! I knew you'd come around. What's your blazer size?
36 short. You giving me a blazer? Even though I'm not on the team? Hey, thanks.
You want a blazer, you join the team.
Oh, I would prefer not to. I'm just here to root for Fillmore.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sit down. Come on.
Hey, good luck, guys.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the academic meet between St. Joseph's and
Fillmore High.
Now, these guys are really good. They beat Brock Science last month by 34 points.
Yeah. Watch out for Krinsky. He's brutal on Latin sentence structure.
You're really a fan of this, aren't you?
Oh, I'm strictly a sidelines guy. I can never do what these guys do. They're out of my league.
First question. Name the Silesian farmer who developed the medical technique of hydropathy.
Vincenz Priesnitz.
Friedrich Wöhler? Sorry. St. Joseph's? No? It was Vincenz Priesnitz.
Good try, Sarah. Way to go.
Who wrote Some Things That Fly There Be? Birds, Hours, the Bumblebee. Of these, no elegy.
Emily Dickinson.
St. Joseph's.
Emily Dickinson?
Correct.
That's okay, guys. You'll get the next one.
Who said a fine library could be started by leaving out the works of Jane Austen?
Mark Twain.
Fillmore.
H.L. Mencken.
Sorry.
Nice try, TJ.
St. Joseph's.
Mark Twain.
Correct.
That's okay, guys. You can do it. Come on.
Oh, I know I said a few things before the match that weren't too nice. I said if you want to go out there and blow another one, go ahead. Well, you did. You went out there and you blew another one. Now, you may be happy about that, but I am ashamed, right down to the tips of my toes.
Hey, come on, guys. What does he know? He can't even see the tips of his toes.
Hey, you guys were great. Oh, by the way, Sarah, do you know how I remember my African geography? East to west, Chad is best. West to east, Chad is least. It works. See you tomorrow. Oh, keep up the good work, guys.
4, 6, 8. Yeah, we got enough for an angry mob.
Yeah.
You know, if you really want him on the team, there are better techniques than threats and intimidation.
He's right.
We could just shun him. You know, refuse to talk to him. That's what the Quakers do.
Yes, and it works for all those winning Quaker academic teams.
Actually, I was thinking of another approach.
What, Mr. Moore?
Well, try being nice to it. You know the old saying, I mean, you catch more flies with honey.
Okay, okay. We'll kill him with kindness.
All right? And if that doesn't work, we just kill him.
Jasper, why don't you sit with us at lunch today?
Or if you want, you can be my lunch buddy.
Thanks, guys. Hey, Alan, nice sweater.
Give him your sweater, Alan.
What?
Give it to him.
Okay, one of you girls should ask him out on a date. Sarah, you're never busy.
Here, Jasper, for me.
Really? Gee, thanks.
Jasper, Eric and I were going to the Tracy Chapman concert on Friday. Well, here, why don't you go with Eric?
What?
Hey, that's really nice, Simone. Would you like to have dinner first, Eric?
No.
Hey, you guys are too much to welcome me this way. I don't know what to say. You know, I wish there's something I can do for all of you.
Oh. Well, Jasper, actually there is.
Yeah.
Sure, anything.
Well, we have this meet against Erasmus High.
Yes?
Will you be on our academic team?
Would you?
Well,
Please.
Come on, Jasper.
I would prefer not to.
Fine. Be that way.
Hey, I didn't mean anything personal.
Sure.
We can still be friends, can't we?
Friends? You don't know the meaning of the word.
Yeah, you hung us out to dry, turkey. Yeah. You let your classmates down, Jasper. That's pretty low.
Hey, guys, listen, I just talked to my friend at Jasper's old high school, and I found out why he won't be on the team.
Who cares?
You better. He killed a guy.
What? Jasper killed a guy?
Jasper killed someone?
That's the story that's going around his old school. Apparently, Jasper was on the academic team when he was in junior high. His best friend was on the team, too. And there was this, like, big rivalry between the two. You know, like, who was smarter? Well, his friend challenged Jasper to a one-on-one. Jasper beat him so bad, it was devastating. He humiliated him in front of everybody. I guess his friend just cracked up and...
And what? Dropped out of school?
Yeah, the hard way. Off the roof.
Wait a minute. I don't believe this. You're certain you got this story right? Jasper was a member of his junior high academic team?
Yeah, positive. Everybody at Great Neck knows about it.
Wow. The poor guy. I feel really bad, Mr. Moore.
Where is he?
Well, we kind of gave him a hard time and he left.
I think we should apologize. Can I go find him, Mr. Moore?
It's a good idea.
Yeah, go find him.
Did you see the look on the poor dude's face?
God, he was really devastated, you guys.
Yeah, you guys, from now on, let's be really nice to him.
Okay.
That's a good idea, Sarah.
Hey, don't look at me. I already got a date with him for the Tracy Chapman concert.
Jasper, we're really sorry about the way we treated you.
Yeah. Sorry.
I understand. You were frustrated. A lot of pressure.
You know, we're really good listeners if you ever want to talk about anything.
Yeah. Like what?
Well, like anything that's bothering you or anything about your, past?
I would prefer not to.
Jasper, can I see you in the hall?
Sure, Mr. Moore.
Boy, 3 days and he's already in the hall with Mr. Moore.
Jasper, tell me about your friend.
What friend?
Junior high, the academic team, one-on-one.
Oh, no, that story? It followed me here?
Well, it's probably going to follow you everywhere.
You know, every school I've gone to, they've wanted me for their academic teams. And I don't want to be on teams. So, at my last school, I made up a story about how my best friend never spoke to me again after I destroyed him at an academic meet. As the story spread, it got bigger and bigger. First, they said he quit school. Then they were saying he became a Hare Krishna. Then he jumped off a roof. I couldn't stand it anymore.
So then you borrowed another story. Bartleby the Scrivener.
Bartleby the Scrivener?
Yeah, the story by Herman Melville.
Don't know it.
Well, yes, you do. The main character always says, I would prefer not to, just as you do.
Oh, that Bartleby the Scrivener.
Look, Jasper, you're highly intelligent, your grades put you right in the IHP, and you are such a fan of the team. I think you really want to be part of it, don't you?
I just can't.
Because you're afraid of getting up in front of people and failing under all that pressure?
You're good. You're real good. I shake, I sweat, I lose my voice. I can't do it. So I made up the story about my friend, but it got too complicated. Then I read Bartleby the Scrivener. I liked saying I would prefer not to. So clean, so simple. But the truth is, I'm scared. I'm sorry. I hope you will accept my apology.
Hey, Jasper, you may not have noticed, but you just made a big, long speech in front of all of us.
Yeah, you did. Well, I guess I feel comfortable with you guys. But under pressure, with buzzers and timers, I choke.
Come on, Jasper, you gotta try.
I think Jasper just has a little case of stage fright. You know, psychologists say that the fear of speaking or performing in public is one of the most common phobias. Did you know that Sir Laurence Olivier used to throw up nearly every night before he went on stage to perform? I mean, he still went on. You can too. You just have to force yourself to do it.
Throw up?
Jasper, you'll never get over this fear unless you make a real effort to overcome it. And one way is just to go out there and go for it.
Is there still a blazer in my size?
Hey, how do you feel, buddy?
Very bad, Arvin. My mouth's dried, my hands are cold. If I can move my legs, I go home.
Listen, Jasper, you know the story of Dumbo?
Right now, I don't know anything.
Dumbo, the elephant who was afraid to fly. His little mouse friend Timothy gave him a magic feather, and as long as he held onto it, he could fly. But then while he was flying, he dropped the feather, and he was going to crash when Timothy yelled, "No, no, it's not really magic. You can fly without it." And you know what? He could.
Okay.
Well, that's why I carry this with me. It's a piece of my blankie. It's not really magic, but keeps me from getting nervous.
Oh, thanks, Arvin. It'll be a big help.
Hey, get your own!
Heads up, team. Our opponent, Erasmus High School, is overconfident. Because they don't know about our secret weapon, Jasper.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's go out there and kick some academic butt.
Let's go. It's great, Jasper.
All right, let's go.
Three, 4, 5, and 5, 12, 13 are examples of what?
That's so easy.
Fillmore.
Yeah.
Say it, Jasper. Say it, Jasper. Come on. Come on, Jasper. It's easy, Jasper. It's easy.
Time. Erasmus?
Sides of Pythagorean triangles.
Correct.
I could have answered that.
Sorry.
And for this, they canceled girls' volleyball practice?
Name the conic section studied by the Greek Apollonius. Fillmore.
Come on, Jasper.
Hi.
Jasper, you know this. You know it, Jasper.
Answer.
Sorry, time is up. Erasmus?
Hyperbola, parabola, circle, and ellipse.
Correct.
I knew that. Sorry.
Can you find two whole numbers such that the square of one is equal to twice the square of the other? Fillmore.
No, because the square root of 2 is irrational.
Correct.
Oh, yes!
E. Cummings. Georges Seurat.
The vitreous chamber.
Microprocessor. State and revolution.
Correct.
Yeah.
Name the 5 classical orders of architecture. Fillmore.
What are you doing?
Excuse me, we'd like to exercise our last timeout, please.
You have 30 seconds.
You know this.
Of course. Ionic, Doric.
No, don't tell us, tell them.
Yeah. I definitely would prefer not to.
Jasper, if you don't do this right now, you have to transfer to yet another school and tell the same stupid story about the guy jumping on the roof, and everyone will hate you forever.
I mean, Jasper, it's okay, man. We're all with you.
Yes, you can do it, Jasper.
I'm not sure.
Jasper, you can do it, please.
Here, Jasper. Take this.
You mean it, Arvin? You giving me your blankie?
I want you to have it. I don't need it anymore.
Oh, you guys are incredible. Nobody's ever stood by me this way before. And I'm not gonna let you down.
Okay.
In fact, with you guys here, I don't even need this.
Great.
Fillmore.
The 5 classical order of architecture are Doric, Ionic, Corinthian, and Tuscan and composite.
Correct.
Okay, I'm ready now. Bring them on. Come to Papa.
The final score is Fillmore 37, Erasmus 39.
I'm really glad you got over your stage fright, Jasper. So maybe now we can work on your timing.
Well, I guess congratulations are sort of in order. How do you feel?
Like Laurence Olivier.
Good.